I've met family medicine doctors who are making over $1 million a year working part-time hours. And then I've met very specialized doctors who are trying to work as many humanly possible hours and they're making in the low six figures. So it's all really confusing. What do doctors actually make? There's such a variable range. I've even known doctors that are close to the 10-figure mark. So it's all very confusing. There's so many different things that go into how much you make as a physician. And I'm gonna try to clarify all of that for you today, what the differences are, what specialties you should be doing, etc., etc. So if you guys don't know who I am, I'm Kartik Goswami. I'm a fourth-year MD student in Northern California. My whole goal is to help with medical education, making more accessible, affordable, and achievable, and to help you guys along the way. So here's a quick video for all you guys confused on how much doctors actually make, how do you actually get there, and what's the whole roadmap to it. So let's get into it, let's break it down. And so there's many different specialties and they all make a different type of income. They all have different lifestyles, what they need to do, what their training is, etc., etc. There's a lot of things to it. But in this video, we're just gonna be talking about the money only, how much they actually make. So we're gonna go break it down. So if you have a look at this chart right here on the left of me, you're gonna see the average salary for these specialties. And it's gonna show you the breakdown of every single one that's, the most common type of medical specialty out there. I'll go over a couple of them, but you can pause the video, you can look up here, and you can see all the different types of specialties. You have neurosurgery being the number one. That's at $788,000 a year. And then a little bit less, you have plastic surgery at like $571,000 a year. Then you have cardiology at like $544, and a little bit down the list, you have dermatology at $468K per year. You go down the list a little bit more, you see pulmonology in the $400K per year mark. You go down more and more and more, and you start noticing like family medicine's $273 and pediatrics are like $242. So family medicine and pediatrics are known to be the lower end of the tier. But if you recall, I started this video saying I know a family medicine doctor making over $1 million a year working part-time hours. How does that work when the average national salary in the US is around $273? Well, the thing is there's a difference between salary W-2 paid doctors and then private practice doctors. Totally different things. W-2 salary is the one that majority of physicians go into. They get contracted by hospitals, by groups, Sutter, Kaiser, you might have heard of those names. They basically like make you an employee. They're paying you a specific amount of money. You work at their hours they tell you to work at for whatever services you need to provide, but basically they're in control of everything and they pay you the money. Pros to that are you literally don't need to do anything besides practice whatever you're practicing and you get paid for it. You go home, you relax, you live your life how you want to, which for the majority of people, that seems to be the great route. But if you want that nice income, you want those good numbers coming out, working as a family medicine, making $1 million a year, or I want to scale up to that 10-figure mark that I know some doctors have gotten up to personally that I know. It all comes down to private practice. So private practice is essentially like you're owning your own business. You are running your clinic, you're running your hospital, you're running all your medical things as a business. So what this means is as a physician, you have to set up your own clinic, you have to have your own employees, you have to do your own billing, your accounting, how much money you're making, your taxes. You have to do that for yourself and your employees. And then if you have partners on top of that, you gotta split that up. You gotta pay rent for the clinic. You gotta pay rent. Maybe it's a different landowner. Maybe you bought the building, so you gotta pay a mortgage on it. There's a lot of things you gotta keep on track. I mean, just with the nature of business itself, there's a lot of different variables you gotta keep on track. Keep in mind, as a private practice physician, when you start out, you're competing against Sutters, Kaisers, all these other groups that are already there. You gotta attract patients in. So it takes a while to even start a private practice and get it going where you're making money coming in. But the thing is, with private practice, you're not told how much to work. You're not given a certain income that you're gonna get. All of those are kind of up to you. Sure, the hours at the beginning, you wanna work as much as possible so you can build up that practice. But once you're established, you don't have to work insane amount of hours. You can work on a schedule that works for you. And you can make way more money. The family medicine doctor I'm talking about, he has contracts with many different systems and gets their patients and then treats them for specific things. There's telemedicine too, in terms of addition to family medicine in person. And he's also specialized in sports medicine. So he does like in injections, so he can bill for some injections and stuff, but he doesn't do too much of that. Thing is, he does so many different contract work, negotiates so many different contracts, get paid. He gets paid by Sutter, even though he's private practice. He takes in Sutter patients because they have an overload in that area and he can take them on. And in private practice, you kind of don't have any rules. The rules are defined by you. And so he works a very efficient, very smart structure, making a good, healthy 7 figures and not working overtime. His schedule is like 9 to 4. And then on Fridays, it's like 9 to 12 and he's done, no weekends. He's living a great life, making great income. And you can do that in any private practice. Nowadays, when you go into medical school, residency and beyond, they kind of dissuade you from private practice because they're like, oh, you can work the corporate route, easy life, good money, you know, live your life, which is so true. You can do that. But if you put in the work for maybe a couple of years, you establish your practice, your rest of your life, you're gonna have much more freedom, you're gonna make way more money, and you're gonna be way happier that you spent those 2 or 3 years of really grinding to work hard to set yourself up. Versus if you go corporate, you won't have to work super hard ever, but you just say make the same amount of income and you have to, you know, do the schedule that the corporations tell you to do. So that's the difference. Now, I've been hinting, I know someone that's close to 10-figure, if not above the 10-figure mark by now. So as a private practice physician, you can do a lot of cool, unique things. You can totally become fully into business. You can start owning clinics, multiple clinics. You can start owning multiple hospitals, start owning like urgent cares, you know, all those type of things, even SNFs, if you know what those are, specific nursing care facilities. But the thing is, when you start owning multiple, it becomes a caveat that you can't practice as a physician in those places because there's like legal problems of you're owning it and you're working there. So if people who want to scale to that, they usually have to give up being a physician. But you can scale it up totally, make tons and tons of monies, hundreds of millions for sure, if not 10 figures. So the thing is, as a physician, you can really have all the freedom you want. I was just talking to someone today who's doing a telemedicine private practice. She does a functional medicine private practice where she talks to her patients on a laptop. They pay her no insurance for functional medicine. She gets paid straightforward per hour, and then she helps them with what they need. So there's a lot of variability to how much you can make as a physician. I mean, you saw the list, they'll be back up on the screen right now. This is the average national. You can make this if you get into one of these specialties, and you probably make that anywhere in the nation. But the thing is, if you want to get creative, you want to make real money, you want to have real financial freedom, you want to take the time to like live the life you want to live, private practice seems to be the way. Now, I'm a medical student. I've just talked to many physicians along the way, grown up with physicians in the community, but this is what my knowledge is. This is all the knowledge. Of course, I have to go through the process myself of residency and beyond. So you guys can be like, hey, you were totally wrong there. These opinions of yours, they're not valid. Hey, I might take them back one day. But for now, this is the knowledge I have. This is what I think. And this is hopefully clarifying to you on how much a physician can make. It's almost unlimited top line, but the limit is you'll still make some low 6 figures as any type of physician in America. So you will still be in the top 5% of income earners. So if you're a physician, you're gonna be set, and no matter what, just what type of lifestyle you want is all up to you, and as a physician, you have that opportunity. So hopefully this clarifies the salary income for different physicians, what specialties. Obviously, if you're a surgeon, you're gonna be at the top end. If you're not a surgeon, you're gonna be on the lower end. But the whole details of private practice versus corporate W-2 jobs, that hopefully clarifies it for you. So thank you for taking the time to watch. Subscribe below, comment below. I usually do a lot of medical education videos and videos that relate to people coming into the medical field. So if that's you right now, subscribe, comment below any questions, or email me at kartik@thedoctorjourney.com, and go visit our website, thedoctorjourney.com, where we help people with MCAT, USMLE Step 1, and USMLE Step 2. That's what we're here for. We want to help you guys move forward. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to ask. Anyways, stay healthy and stay happy. Bye-bye.